This is what you call a barbecue. Our first episode, we're gonna do some boerewors, and we're gonna teach everyone how to light a fire. We're not gonna be one of those people that just use, fire lighters. We're gonna do it the good old way. This is the green way. We've got an egg tray, and we've got the metro. Just a little bit of oil as well. Okay, so we'll put a bit of oil in here.
Does it matter what oil you use?
Not really, it's just to help it burn really, but I mean, I guess the cheapest oil you got.
And if you remember, we dunked a couple of tea bags into some lawnmower petrol, and we lit that.
Get as much in here as possible, it's going to help it burn. Alright, so now the next step.
You have some kindling.
We don't have kindling. Kindling is obviously great if you've got that lying around. But we've got some kameelboere, which are left in the sun today to dry out because it's been in the rain the whole winter. But there's nothing wrong with it. If there's a bit of mold on your wood, don't worry about it. Once it's caught the light, everything dies. So don't worry about it. If there's a bit of mold on it or anything like that, it's not going to do anything. But you've got to understand as well that you want a bit of a gees fire, you want to make the fire big enough that you can get some beers in you, some wine or whatever it is that you want to do. Because essentially that's part of the fun of braaiing, is to have a few beers and have some company, have a chat and stare at the flames. Those are the joys of braaiing. Yeah, so how are you doing, bro?
Most important thing is to not panic. Use whatever's available.
Also, don't let your wife see you.
Stiff plastic tray is one of the best.
Don't let your wife see you use the plastic tray that she uses for her pot plants.
Okay, that fire's fucked, dude.
Alright, I think it's taken. Alright guys, so as you can see we've got some nice coals here, so it's time to clean the grid. So listen, if anyone tells you to go clean the grid underwater, they're idiots. See those flames there, that's going to kill anything that's on the grid. So just let that burn a bit. What you want then as well is obviously you want a steel brush. So we're going to just use a steel brush, just get rid of the previous braai's marinade or whatever else was on there. That's pretty much going to take off all the worst stuff. Alright guys, so we're pretty much ready now to spread the coals, which it doesn't mean we're ready to braai yet, but we're just going to open the coals. So we'll just take that all joint out there. We'll just spread these coals, open them up, and then give that just a few minutes just to sort of, we can judge how hot the fire is, but we're only doing boerewors. We're just going to take a very easy route here today. We're going to get some chakalaka, which is pretty much like a spicy tomato mix. We're just going to open it slightly there, just to let it breathe, and then it won't obviously explode. And then we're going to open the braai here. We're going to put it in there on the side somewhere, just to the side, away from the boerewors. Maybe make some space there. and that'll heat it up, and then our sauce will be perfect. You don't want to miss out on boerewors. It's one of the most loveliest.
Better than a hot dog, that's for bloody sure.
Yeah, look, let's not even get there. A Vienna gets cooked in water on the stove, so we can't compare those two. But yeah, we're just about almost ready. Maybe 5 minutes, and then we'll get the boerewors on there. All right, guys. So this is our boerewors. This is just from a local South African shop here in London. In terms of boerewors, you don't want there to be any flames, because a lot of oil is going to come out of the boerewors, like you can see there, and that's going to start causing some flames. So this is a time we have to be very, very vigilant about what's going on, because you can lose control of the fire very quickly once the fat starts dripping onto the coals. So in terms of boerewors, there will always be a good ratio of fat to meat, because essentially that is what gives fat its flavor. So there's no two ways about it. Fat is flavor. But yeah, as you can see, that's a beautiful sound. One of the best sounds is meat on a grill.
It's gorgeous.
So I've personally myself seen people poke boerewors with a fork.
Yeah, don't be a sausage poker.
Yeah, don't do that, because all the flavor's going. And
What's the logic behind it?
Well, I guess they're just trying to get rid of the fats, but that's the flavor, so we don't want to do that, ever. So that's our first turn. That's sort of what you want to see. It's a bit of nice caramelization on the outside. Yeah, you want to see it once it starts bubbling a bit towards the edge of the top. You can see that then the moisture is basically cooking through the meat, and it's getting right to the top. That's sort of a good sign.
That sausage is ready for poking.
The only sausage that's ready for poking is mine. Yeah, as you guys can see, we're pretty much done now. So important thing with boerewors is it's got to rest. So get it off the coals.
Also, there's that twisting technique, eh? There's the when you pick it up and you give it a little twist to see if it's ready.
Yeah, so
and if it breaks, it's ready.
As you can see, this one I already turned it and it broke.
Okay, so that's ready.
So that's ready.
What does the inside look like? Can you show that to the camera?
Oh, I can show that.
A little bit of pink, eh?
A little bit of pink. Still, look, it's still gonna cook now, guys. So yes, there's a little bit of pink there, but it's still gonna cook. We prefer it a little bit pink in the side, on the inside, but that's gonna still carry on cooking now. So right, so yeah, let's construct our boerewors roll here. So obviously want a bit of butter. Because butter is good for your health. Much as you need. There we go. I'm a sauce guy first, so some sauce on the roll. As you can see, we've toasted the rolls, so that pretty much helps for the sauce not to go straight through your bun. Just gives a bit of a layer for your sauce to sit on. And then yeah, cut a piece of the boerewors.
I like it to curve outwards.
Let's get it to curve outwards. All right, there we go. That's it. That's the nicest boerewors roll that we have ever created at this house. National dish of South Africa. Look at that. Perfectly cooked, juicy.